Hey, I know it's late. I'm getting ready to actually show you how to buy this. P Gold has actually, if you, let's go to the website, because I'm pretty sure it's called P Gold Tech. I'm just going to, share some stuff really quickly. I can just, one second, I'm going to go to my history, because I know I have it on my history, because I was there earlier. Maybe it was in. Oh, wait, what browser is that? Okay, that's why. It's not a different browser. Okay, so over here. And this is P Gold's website. It's gonna reload. It says the reserve digital commodity for Polkadot. It says P Gold is a revolutionary digital commodity that synergizes the Algorand and Polkadot community to create the most fairly distributed assets in crypto. P Gold staking, Algo Explorer. Then you have where you can find them. And it has P Gold. Polkadot emerges as a digital parallel to traditional gold and capsule trust and reliability in the digital age, limited to Genesis production of only 10 million coins, okay? That's less coins than Bitcoin. Okay. P Gold is designed to uphold the principles of scarcity and non-inflation available now on Tiny Man. Exclusive Genesis production limited for only 10 million produces a Genesis ensuring scarcity and no inflation. Decentralized availability. Platform offering ease of acquisition and trading, robust ecosystem role couplements the Polkadot network existing assets like USDT and USDC, adding a layer of economic stability. Innovation of distributed model adopts a unique approach with zero allocation to the team's founders and 100% locked and dedicated to exchange liquidity. Fair and democratic access ensures equal opportunity for all participants, for equal early adopters to public investors to purchase P Gold in a transparent manner. Symbol of digital trust represents a new class of digital assets, embodies the principles of traditional gold in a modern digital context. So, what exactly in God's merciful saving craziness does that actually mean? It means one that if Algorand and Polkadot are partnering together, my ears poke up, poke out, poke everywhere. What? They are producing scarcity. Anytime scarcity goes up, the demand goes up. And the fact that they're looking to create a digital gold, how that's the or pretty much have gold and make it where it's scarcity, pretty much create a different type of Bitcoin but backed by gold. That's a big deal. And then for it to be backed by two major blue chip projects, they are Algorand and Polkadot are both blue chip projects. And the reserve is set, all of that good, wonderful loveliness. It says, what is in it for the whales that donated their funds to launch P Gold? The whales hold large amounts of Algorand and Polkadot. By enriching the two respective ecosystems with a popular digital commodity, the plan is it will enhance Algo and Dot coin value, and the whales will have their benefit through Algorand and Dot appreciation, of which they hold large amounts. So, what does that mean exactly? it means that gold is going to back Algorand and Polkadot. That's what that means. So if gold is going to back Algorand and Polkadot, both networks, if 1 gram of gold is worth 80 grams, and they're saying that the price evaluation of gold is going to be like, let's just say it's backed by 40%, like the BRICS are doing with their money supply, right? So they're saying that gold will be backed by like 27. Gold will be worth 1 ounce of gold. Well, may be worth 53,000, but they're going to back it by 40%. So that would be 27,000. So let's just say they follow that principle and back it by 27,000, and half of it's not backed by gold. 27,000 times 10 is 270,000. Okay, so if you have 100, that is 2 million, 1,000 is 27 million, 10,000 is 270 million, 100,000 is 2.7 billion, 27 billion, $270 billion. So you're looking at 270 billion to 500, it's almost $500 billion just at that evaluation. But here's the thing, it's going to back Algo and Reserve, and it's going to back Polkadot. For it to back Algorand and Polkadot, I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite significant. It says Bitcoin and gold have value because there is an acquisition cost to every unit, whether it's through buying it for a gold dealer or paying a worker at a mine or paying an electrical bill to mine Bitcoin or buying Bitcoin from an exchange. Every unit Bitcoin or gold has an acquisition cost at some point. So too, every P gold in existence has an acquisition cost, in every P gold in existence has been purchased. The entire supply was released on DEX from day one. No free airdrops, no free token to anyone. So first of all, what's the saying? Anything of value is not free. Well, they just said no free airdrops, no free token to anyone. Okay, so that means right there it's going to be worth a lot more. And I know coins that they're projecting out to end up hitting $100 or $1 million easy because of real estate market, etc. That these big people and with projects and stuff are a part of. Not saying that, like, I'm not saying it's little money. I'm just saying that if they're suggesting that, that means that this particular token has a lot of value. Another thing, if they're saying it's not free, but then it says what's in it for the whales that donated, and they hold a lot of Algorand and DOT, and they donated their Algorand and DOT. That lets me know Algorand and DOT are going to be worth a lot of money. But this is going to be what backs this token is going to be the asset that backs Algorand and Polkadot, both networks. So Algo has, let's go check. It used to, I think it's 37 billion. 37. How many tokens are in Algo and because I know it's deflationary. There's never going to be more. So there are, as a million, a billion. So there's a billion tokens in Algorand. So if Algorand has 1 billion and that one has 10 million, that means every, isn't that 100 tokens? Let's do this. I'm gonna just take right that, put a 1. That's 1,000. That's a million. That's 10 million. We're gonna hit a divide sign, right? So that's 1 to 1. Okay. It says 10 billion, yeah, so I'm just double checking. So that's a million. That is that's a billion, and that's 10 billion. So every 1,000 algoands. So pretty much only 1 P gold will be the equivalent of holding 1,000 algoands. I just want you to understand what that means. 1 P gold is the equivalent of 1,000 algo hands and let's not forget Polkadot. How many Polkadot are there in its Polkadot? I don't know if Polkadot's deflationary. Polkadot deflationary, because that could be an outlier. Okay, so Polkadot is inflationary. So that means Polkadot's gonna be like the money supply, and Polkadot's gonna be more so a money supply. This dot isn't limited in supply. So yeah, it's gonna be, that's gonna be the what controls this. But let's just put it this way, and Polkadot. I'm gonna put and Polkadot, but I'm also getting ready to show you something. If Algo and only has 10 billion, that's actually technically a little bit. Okay. XPR or XRP has 100 billion of them. So this already is 10% of what that total is. So if this is 1%, if the total amount is 10%, then holding 10% of Algorand is 1% of XRP. Algorand is supposed to hold like a lot of like the stock market, and as you can see, commodities, a lot of commodities, including oil, etc., etc. So it's supposed to hold oil and the gold and all these other different cryptos and different or commodities, I should say, and tokenized assets, then it would not be crazy. Definitely not crazy for Algorand to hit $1,000 per coin. That is actually relatively cheap. For it to end up hitting $1 million per coin, or 100,000 would be reasonable, and $1,000,000 per coin would not be unreasonable for this particular coin. So I'm just gonna give you those price points. I feel like $1,000 is actually extremely cheap for this coin, because most companies, when they hit stock market, are 10 billion. I don't think people recognize that. That would be the equivalent of Berkshire Hathaway shares. I don't know how many shares Berkshire Hathaway has, but how many shares does, and it probably is less, Berkshire Hathaway have? So there are 2.1 billion shares in Berkshire Hathaway. So let's put this into perspective. If Algorand is supposed to hold all the value of real estate, gold, all of this stuff, it's going to be very valuable. So there are 2.1 billion shares of Berkshire Hathaway. Hathaway is what I should say. And they're worth $400,000. I think they're $400,000 per share. Let's say per share. In case this reports share this current number of shares is 2,155,183,922. Isn't Berkshire Hathaway shares like 200,000? Or their price? Okay, so this is this act. Let me click into that. What is that? What is the price of Berkshire Hathaway stock A share price? So Berkshire Hathaway stock is the 679. So a little over $500,000 is how much it's worth. Typically, institutions, which would be considered like whales, right? And other shareholders is what it says, hold Berkshire Hathaway. And it's saying that there's only 155,000 shares. So about 100,000 shares, okay? So not very much. And that's Berkshire Hathaway A, because there's A and then there's B. So A shares are worth this, Berkshire Hathaway, and then B shares, which is 2 billion, are worth about 1,000 each. Okay, So Berkshire Hathaway owns a lot of stuff. You see insurance companies, all of this different type of stuff. Everyday stuff that everybody uses. Berkshire Hathaway doesn't necessarily have a portfolio or a, what's the word I'm looking for? Something of gold. And for these investors to be looking for money, they're not going to donate anything if it's not going to make them money. Okay? They're looking to create money. So, okay, like I said, $1,000 each, right? Would be relatively low at 2.1 billion. I would essentially, personally, I would think that for Algo, and that $1,000 per share is relatively low. There are 10 billion shares of Algo, and there's 2.1 billion of B shares. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that 1,000 and I'm gonna divide it by 5 because that is the closest to 2.1 billion shares. So divide it by, not times it. Okay. So that's $200 per Algoan. However, this is why I'm saying $200 is relatively cheap for crypto, because they're stating XRP. There's 100 billion XRP that exists. Let me show so that you. I remember showing Algoan, and I can go back to it. Algo and supply. So what is the max supply of Algoan? There's 10 billion now. I'm gonna type in XRP, right? XRP. The total supply of XRP. How much is the max supply? Pre-mined is 100 billion. If they're saying XRP and quoting, these are Bank of America people, etc., are quoting the XRP's price will hit a $10,000 to $50,000 threshold, then $200 ain't gonna be jack squat. Okay, $200. Like, what I mean by that is for you have to understand, XRP has 100 billion. And I can show you XRP 50,000 per token. Holding X for how much? Not the ones I'm looking for. Yeah, but it was a joke, but I'm talking about, what's his name? Gold. He does gold videos. I don't really care about all the crazy videos. I'm looking at like bankers like Black Swan Capitalist. Let's look into him. Jimmy Val. I think it's this one. Just to be sure. And if you don't know who Jimmy Vallee
All right,
is,
it's my pleasure to have an XRP roundtable today. We have Crypto T with us. Welcome.
XRP.
Hello, folks.
50K.
He's going to give us a tech perspective.
Jimmy.
And Jimmy Vallee is going to give us a legal perspective. How are you, Jimmy?
I'm good. Hi, Linda.
Good. And Versan is our international expert. And how are you, Versan?
Doing well, thank you very much.
Good. And I'll be our investment expert. And I think it's just a great idea to get us all together and talk about some of the topics in the XRP community. There's a lot of misunderstanding, misinformation, and I thought, wow, if we could just all get in the same room and we could talk, I think this would be really valuable content for people. So that's what we're aiming to do today, is just cover some of the more...
This is FTMO, and it's a trading firm that funds traders and gives you up to
among each other with central bank digital currencies. And people really believe they couldn't come up with a price set for XRP? That's like not even hard to think
There's
about.
no logic there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's so, if they do that, we believe the value would be higher than it was in September and October of 2021 when we were throwing out 25,037.5 a coin. It's
So it would be a higher price than the previous prediction.
Probably in the 50,000 now, I would think. We haven't brought the numbers down, but I'm just thinking about all the additional trillions of dollars that got pumped in to the economy.
The debt,
yes.
The fact, the Fed right now is really the only participant in our economy. They're basically issuing all the money. That's going into the big banks, and then the big banks are selling, and the hedge funds are selling their crap debt back to the Fed. So we've got global tax deals happening. We got global deals on principles for how they're going to, interact among each other with central bank digital currencies. And people really believe they couldn't come up with a price set for XRP? That's like not even hard to think.
There's no logic there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's so, if they do that, we believe the value would be higher among each other with central bank digital currencies. And people really believe they couldn't come up with a price set for XRP? That's like not even hard to think.
There's no logic there. It doesn't make sense.
It's
their
so,
together name. I guess their name
if they do that, we believe the value would be higher
total.
than
But
it
as you can
was
see, we have like
in
10,000
September and
here,
October
and
of
then we have
2021 when we were throwing out
30,000,
25,000,
etc. So I'm gonna pause this right quick, and we're gonna run some math numbers. Okay, so if that is something that's because that's something that's doable, we're gonna stick with the Berkshire Hathaway of the 200, and I'm gonna because I like going into the whatever you call it, the math of everything, right? So we're gonna do a safe prediction, which is gonna be the 200, and then we're gonna do a non-safe. So, well, not non-safe, but what Jimmy Vallee and other bankers are saying, and from a legal perspective, etc. Because when they're talking about trillions of dollars, they're talking about commercial real estate. They're talking about oil. They're talking about. You have to understand it's a federated chain, and I don't think the government has play money that they deal with and do. So it's going to be a lot. Anyways, so what we're going to do is, as you said, say that $200 was just the price point for one algo and. So one algo and hitting the price point of $200 based off Berkshire Hathaway. Based off Berkshire. Why do I keep saying Berkshire? Sure. Berkshire Hathaway. And then the other one would be there's 10 billion of algo, and there's what is it? 100 billion of XRP. So if they're claiming that XRP will hit 50,000, divide that, take 50,000 and times it by 10, and you get 500,000. So 500,000, and that's per token of algo. And so these are the two price points that I would look at, right? So in looking at that, 250,000, that's a huge gap. I would have to do a lot of research to show you on here to get in between, so you can like get an understanding of what it is that I'm talking about. But it's algo and is much more, there's less of it, so that means the price of it would more than likely be higher than XRP. And if the price point for XRP is 50,000, 10x that price point, and that is a 500,000. So 200 based off of Berkshire Hathaway, and that's in a bad market, right? So what we're gonna do is 200, and I said that 1 P gold is equivalent to 1,000 algoans. So 200 times 1,000 of those is $200,000. So 1 P gold is worth $200,000 at a base, and $500 million at a max. So you're looking at 200K to, and I know that's still a huge gap, but bear with me, 500 million. So I'm gonna help close the gap as much as possible as time, like with research. So 200,000 to 500 million, because there's only 10 million tokens that exist. Now, if they're gonna donate for the price to go up, it more than likely is gonna be more than $200 per token. Because why in the world would they want to donate money to hold in gold? You have to understand, they're not putting the money in other assets, they're putting the money into gold. And we know that gold is valued at $2,000 per ounce. So if gold is valued at $2,000 per ounce right now, that means instead of a $200 algoan, you're looking at a $2,000 algoan. Simply by backing it by gold at its current price point, which means that you're actually looking at probably closer to $2 million per P gold, because that carries 1,000 algoan. So this is extreme. 200,000 is considered extremely low. 2 million is at its current price point of gold. So then you know that P gold will be worth at least 2 million. Well, it's been stated that gold's evaluation, they're looking for it to go up 25x. 25x of 2 million is 50 million. So if you have 50 million per P gold, $50 million brings it up to 10% of that top number right here that I stated earlier, just by doing it, the evaluation with all of that. So 200,000 is extremely low. That would be like 4 XRP. It's nothing. 2 million is at its current price point of what gold is right now, because gold's like about $2,000 or maybe 3,000. So if that is about 2 or 3 million, still relatively, it's still very low on the totem pole, or very low cost associated with that. And then you have 50 million, and that's 10% of this total right here for P gold per coin. Per coin or per token, however you want to put that. So if that's the case, I'm putting that into context because I want you to understand, if it's backing it, that means they're saying that this is going to be an asset that brings value to. So that means it's a vault. It's a bank. It's going to be worth a whole heck of a lot. So if you're able to purchase these, and there's only 10 million of them that exist, and they donated, and they didn't give any for free. They didn't give anything for free for a reason, because they're wanting scarcity. They don't want everybody to have it. You have to read in between the lines. Right now, right there, it was trading at 3 cents. It's trading at about 8 cents right now. And it literally states digital commodity for Polkadot. The reserve digital commodity. So reserve, it's a big deal. So reserve digital commodity. Showing you where you can purchase it. If you clicked on here, right? You would link your wallet up. I have 10 right now because I really was just trying to see what's what. And I don't have a lot of stuff right here, but 10 right now. Right now the purchase, ooh, you see that? 6. So I'm just gonna put 10 right here. I want to buy 10 more. That's 6 algo, and I'm gonna hit swap. Confirm. It's gonna ask me which one do I want to use. I'm gonna use Exodus. Unable to connect. Press continue. It should readjust everything. We'll see. And connection or something. So I may have to like redo some stuff, but that's how you would do it. And then once you hit confirm through there and sign it, then it'll send it over and you'll have more, which I have plans on buying more, clearly. But then, so if the price point is $2 million per token, it's only 8 cents right now. So 8 cents, 2 million. Times 10 is 20 million. So $1 invested gives you 20 million. $10 gives you 200 million. And that's at the lower end. At 50 million, jeez. 50 million times 10 gives you 500 million. And this is again only accounting for Algorand. That's not even accounting for Polkadot. You wouldn't subtract from Algorand. Like Polkadot is inflationary, so that's the only reason why I haven't. But there would also be an extra added. You would add plus Polkadot's price. So Polkadot, because it's a reserve, they're not necessarily going to too much want to mess with the reserve price. If that makes any sense. They don't want to mess with their money. Clearly, they donated it. So that means it's going to be that plus. So that means 200 plus. Or 2,000 plus. 2 million plus. Or 50 million plus. Or 500 million plus. You see how the number just kind of keeps going. So again, 20 million, 200 million, 50 million. These numbers are large numbers. Because this number right here, 10 of them would give you $500 million. That would be $1, right? So then you have to think too, if 500 million gives you for one, and that's the top portion that I would kind of suggest based off of reducing the price of XRP, not the price of, but the supply, the max supply of XRP to about 10%, and it's 500 million per one. Then, and it's based off of gold because they're looking at scarcity, and that's their goal, it's scarcity. It's a project that you probably should look at investing in. That is $5 billion for buying 10 of them, which is just purchasing $1. So $10 would give you, and I'm saying this at a max, $10 would give you about 50 billion. $100 would give you 500 billion. And $1,000 would give you 5 trillion. So you just have to look at where you want to invest your money and how you want to invest your money. And you know, you have to look at risk assessment, etc. I would encourage you to read white papers, etc., etc. You have to understand they are both blue chip projects. I kind of went over all of that type of stuff earlier on. That's just something I want to share with you guys. And then personally, I am one to invest in like 8 or 9 plus projects. That's how I like to handle things. But I am kind of giving you that idea and that heads up because there's a lot of money that can be made. Alright.